My name is Nnaemeka Ikegwuonu, and I am a farmer, started as a radio presenter, and I'm going to talk about a very good story, a solar solution for agriculture, and talking about how we created ColdHubs. So I'm more or less going to tell a story with images. Please bear with me. The story I'm going to talk about is how we were able to use solar to start solving the problem of food spoilage. But before we started building ColdHubs, I used to run as a community radio broadcaster, and I spend about 30% of my time in the studio of a community radio station we built in Obiti village in Ikegwuonu, my local government area. It's a farming community where we went to build a small community radio station in 2007. I spent 30% of my time in the studio there, then the other 70% out in the field, sitting down with farmers to understand the challenges and opportunities within agriculture. Listening is a virtue, and we kept on listening. But when you start a work like this, it takes you across Nigeria because you need to create content. So I traveled across Nigeria trying to identify the right content to bring to the radio. In the course of my travels, you usually see a lot of fresh produce dumped on the roadside. We didn't understand what was going on. In 2014, I was doing a radio show following the cabbage in Plateau State in the middle of Nigeria. And it was in that particular location that farmers were actually dumping cabbage in the market because they were unable to sell it. And we asked the farmer, what can be done to solve the problem? And the farmers generally told us, listen, there has to be some form of storage in the market. So that when we bring our cabbage, our green beans, our bell pepper, we can actually store it inside that storage. It actually struck me at that time that there is no form of storage in the market. So in 2015, we started dilly-dallying with that idea. But look at Nigerian food markets, massive food market, no form of storage. So when we said we are going to build a solar-powered walk-in cold room, the idea was to have the solar-powered walk-in cold room in the middle of the market, very well positioned, so that we can use it to solve the problem of food spoilage. But how do you build a solar-powered walk-in cold room in the middle of the market? Where is the power? And how can we make sure that infrastructure is as clean as possible? So we went into research, and we decided to create a green cooling infrastructure that beyond using solar panels on the roof, we actually were able to use RO290 refrigerants, which had no global warming potential. Very clean, at least for now. You can have this infrastructure in the market, but you don't know what is going on with it. So we said, let us go and build sensors around this infrastructure. So you have one unit that actually shows you humidity, ambient temperature, cold room temperature. Once somebody opens the door, you can actually see that person come in and go out. We wanted to have total control of that infrastructure once we have it inside the market. But let me tell you, it's good to have technology. You can have this technology in the middle of the market, and nobody understands the usefulness. When we built our first solar-powered cold room in Relief Market, Owerri, the very first, because we are from here, and our headquarters is actually here, we felt the cold room will be used from day one for tomato storage. The first day, we received 18 cartons of beer. Yeah. So it made us realize that, okay, this is what these people think this cold storage is meant for. So we started building education around it to make sure that people understand the usefulness of cold storage, because it's actually the first time that they're actually using it, But it's very good to have this education, but how do you drive the education? So the education was very well designed in form of local comics. And the goal of this cold room was really so that we can encourage retailers and wholesalers and farmers to bring produce and store and extend the shelf life from 2 days to at least 21 days. Storing fresh fruit and vegetables dedicating cold rooms for storing poultry and meat, dedicating cold rooms for storing fish, and also dedicating cold rooms for storing milk. There is a lot that can be stored. When you have one business, another business pops up. People will come and say, are you people selling ice block there? We want ice block. So every day you get requests for ice blocks. And we thought, okay, we can also make small money from ice block. Everybody likes money. So we started saying, okay, let us put a small unit beside the cold room that can produce ice blocks. So we created ice ponds by solarizing existing ice block machines. That's just pretty much simple. Solarizing it. So you bring these ice block machines and you just solarize it. And in a day, you have these machines that can produce 100 ice blocks for you. And then we sell those ice blocks for 500 naira, 700 naira, 750, 1,000 as the case may be. Produce up to 100, 150, 200 ice blocks in a day, put them in a deep freezer, and they'll sell from the deep freezer. And these ice blocks are useful for transporting fish and meat and even strawberries from point A to point B. When we started, we didn't realize the power of ice block. But today, ice block has doubled the revenue that we used to get from cold storage. And these are small ideas. So what we're trying to do is really to co-locate these ice block centers together with every cold hub. Beyond this is really the concept of cooling as a service. What we do is to provide an infrastructure that people can use. So you charge them a little bit of money, 200 naira to store one crate. You don't own the cold room. The cold room belongs to us. But we'll open it every day so that you can actually use. And you pay 200 naira. And each station holds about 150 crates. So on a good day, you will make 200 times 150. There are days that you get only 100 crates and you make 200 times 100 crates. But it's really the idea of democratizing and liberalizing cooling space so that people do not need to do high capex to own the infrastructure, but to just come and use it when they only have need for that infrastructure. And that is how we did that. Once you have a cold room, you have created a job. And we looked. Who will run this cold room? It's a cash-based business. Every day, somebody will make 10,000, 15, 20, 30,000 naira. He said, it will be good for us to use women and collect our money. If you put a man there, I'm very sorry. My apologies. We don't want problem. We don't want to be fighting for our revenue. So we said, let us keep women as our hub operators. And these women are known to be very diligent in accounting. And they are also very good food managers. So once we have a cold hub, you create a job for a woman who runs it as a hub operator. And then she can have an assistant who helps her. And her job is really receive the box of food, take record, and in some cases, fill customer storage cards. And that is how we actually was able to use the infrastructure to create jobs for women. And today we are running 58 cold rooms in the southeast of Nigeria, in Owerri, Imo State, in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, in Aba, in Umuahia. From Owerri here, we are operating cold rooms in the south of Nigeria, in Delta, in Rivers, in Edo State. From Owerri here, we are operating cold rooms in the southwest of Nigeria, in Ogun, in Osun, in Oyo, in Lagos. From Owerri here, we are controlling cold rooms in the north central of Nigeria, in Plateau, in Benue, in Nasarawa State. Also from Owerri here, we are operating cold rooms in the far northeast of Nigeria, in Bauchi, in Yobe, in Gombe. From Owerri here, we are running cold rooms in the northwest of Nigeria, in Kaduna, in Katsina, in Kano, from Owerri here. Big things are happening in Owerri. Big things are happening in Owerri. Owerri has capacity. Owerri has innovation. It is how you can identify them. But big things are happening in Owerri. From this humble beginning, Last year, we were able to save about 58 cold rooms were able to save 3.6 million kilograms of food. That is food usually wasted. Yeah, that is the total volume of food we received in 58 cold rooms. We are now serving 6,000 smallholder farmers, retailers, and wholesalers. They've increased their income significantly, more than 50%, and created 80 plus jobs for women by hiring and training them to work as our hub operators and market attendants. Because we are all on solar energy completely, we are not using diesel. We're able to save 3.9 million kilograms of CO2. That is several liters of diesel, which harms the environment. Just this year, we started playing around with big cold rooms, 5,000 crate capacity, massive cold room. We've done one in Jos and in Zaria. Massive cold room. 1,000 crates of tomato, 2,000 crates of green beans and green pepper, a little bit of meat. These are big cold rooms with 84 kilowatts peak of energy. It's massive. And our goal is to multiply these across the country. And why we are doing this is because we launched refrigerated transportation services, moving food from point A to point B. Just last year, we started this. We moved our first set of tomatoes from Kwadon Market in Gombe all the way to my 12th Market in Lagos. And we are sustaining this momentum from Owerri here, from Owerri, controlling this infrastructure and movement. And then we don't know whether this year we will do more of tomatoes or more of other fruit and vegetables because we get requests. One of those requests are plastic crates. You need plastic crate to reduce bruises on the side of fresh fruit and vegetables. What makes tomato to spoil is because it has soft shell around it. So when you use raffia basket has needles, tiny, tiny needles in it. And as they are moving, bad road, left and right, it keeps on puncturing it. So we followed a tomato truck all the way from Kano to Lagos. And what was coming out from the truck was all water. That is the nutrient of tomato. That is why you eat tomato. They lose it on the highway before they arrive. Before they arrive, they've lost the nutrient. The nutrient is dumped on the highways. Lokoja Abuja Highway. Oh yeah, that's where the nutrients are. You see, what we buy is not the right food. But if you package correctly, you will have that food almost intact at consumption centers, which are the food markets. So we started production of returnable plastic crates. And we're here, we just launched an injection mold line that produces 380,000 of these crates every year. We just started production. We've done our first round of 10,000 crates, and the order is coming out every day. What we want to do is to move into the technology space. And by Q4, we are launching the Cold Connect app that enables you from any part of the country to actually locate where there is a cold hub. Bring your produce there. Order refrigerated transportation or buy plastic crate. Beyond that ordering is that you can actually know the temperature inside the cold room, know where your truck is, and also using RFID barcodes, identify where your crates are. The team behind this is amazing. I'm just standing here, but there are 77 young men and women doing this work. Most of them are living in Owerri here. 77. They are amazing people. They are amazing. They actually make the job easy for me. And we've been supported by a wide range of partners. We closed a Series A round of 4 million, raising almost more than 7 million over the past 8 years in Owerri as an Owerri startup. And we strongly believe that as we prepare and scale, we are going to onboard more and more partners because we are now preparing to expand the technology and the services beyond Nigeria to Benin Republic, Zambia, the United Arab Emirates, and Senegal, with Owerri remaining our global headquarters. We are not leaving. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to share with you and tell you a story of how we were able to build. And I'll be very happy to answer any question that you have. God bless you. Thank you very much.